Hello, welcome to Country Stitchers. This is Deb. I've been getting some requests for showing my bedroom spring decor, so I am going to give you a quick video on that. And for those of you that are stitchers watching, I'm going to also show some stitching throughout this video and end with another look into my hallway where I have a lot of stitching hung. I haven't shown that in a little while. All right, so in here, well, I'll just take you around, I guess. We are getting ready for McKenna's baby. He will be here next month, so I was given this by a friend, and I wanted to get it set up and ready, just for, it's easily, moved, and we can put it out in the living room if we need to, or just wherever we want to put it. So it's all washed up and ready to go for little Rhett. Oh, and there's Mr. Charlie. Let's see, I'll start here by the door. So I have I love baskets, and this is a Longaberger basket that I painted white and then covered the top with a pretty fabric. This is a basket that holds all kinds of wonderful notes from my husband and kids. And then here on this piece, this was given to me by my cousin, and it was our grandmother's, and she just didn't know what to do with it. It was just an ugly brown, and so I said yes, I would love to have it. And it's painted with chalk paint that matches the bedroom, and then I just went ahead and took sandpaper and distressed a lot of it, and it's a beautiful blanket chest. And on top of the blanket chest, this is a piece that I found not long ago. If you watch our floss tubes, you saw this. I rescued that from a little antique place. Beautiful needlepoint. And then I just painted the box. These two pillows are made with silk fabric. And this one, of course, is made with yo-yos, and that's all silk. And the fabric underneath it is silk as well. You know, if you've watched our videos for a while, Matt and I love to go antiquing and love to attend the mud sales that are in this area, which are basically just auctions, but there's multiple auctions going on at once. The Amish run it, and it benefits all of our local fire companies. So every Saturday throughout the springtime, we have mud sales in this area. And the reason why they're called mud sales is because usually, true to the name, you are wearing your muck boots because it's awful weather. Sometimes you get lucky. So this piece here, we love to collect old work boxes, tool boxes, and this one was really unique and really kind of cool, I thought, because of the dowel inside and then also the two drawers on top. And I think it would be really pretty to have little tiny stitched pillows in there, or like the A.B. Siderian set would be really pretty in there. Above that is a painting that was done by a local artist of the oldest church around in our area, called Beams Church. It's right down the road. Charlie and I walked to it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful church. I love how they did the silhouette up here of Jesus's face, and which is really interesting because when I brought the painting home, I didn't even notice that until McKenna pointed it out. All right, let me scoot this back. Above that is a shelf that I saw one just like this at Pottery Barn one time. So I took a picture of it and came home and asked Matt if he could build me it. And then I painted it and antiqued it a little bit to match the bedroom. Over here is my one and only antique sampler. We were able to get this from a nearby auction, the farm right within walking distance from here. And I just think it is absolutely beautiful. I was going to reframe it, but I think it is so neat how it's just kind of tacked on there, and I didn't want to disturb it. I love the colors of it. I think it is absolutely beautiful. And it was done in 1821. I love to decorate with plants, so we have a large plant here. a large lantern with a deer in it, and then I have those little twinkle lights inside of it with just some greenery. The dresser here in the corner is, again, if you've watched for a while, you know that I don't necessarily go to furniture stores. I love to have things that have already been loved or handed down or passed along from someone else. So that piece in the corner used to have a shelf in it. Right now it has this ancient TV in it. I've had this TV since I was a teenager and I'm going to keep it until it dies. But anyway, it's oak and I went ahead and painted and distressed it. It also has a matching piece over here and I did the same treatment on that piece. So those I've had for a long time. And on top I just have some birds and some greenery and just, you know, some decorations up there. This little vase that hangs on the wall, that was a Southern Living piece. The color of it is perfect. I stuck a little bit of moss inside of it. And then these funky little flowers, they're made from, it feels like almost cement. And I found them one time when we were looking around in the Cape May area. And I don't know, I just think they're kind of neat coming out of there. The little child chair is from my mother-in-law. And next to the pedestal with the ivy, I have a globe here that has a cute little bird. Hopefully you can see it without the glare, and a nest inside of it. And it is sitting on a round green, grassy, mossy thing. I don't know what to call it. Then we found a writing desk. I love to have desks or little pieces of furniture in front of a window. I just think it's really pretty. And to be able to sit here at this desk and look out, you know, we have our pool area here. There's the barn. You can see part of the barn, and then our meadow is down that way. So it's just really a neat place to sit and read, write, you know, just to hang out here and is really a nice area to be. I have a little oil lamp here and some other things that I like to collect the birds in a nest, the chickens in a nest, and more plants, of course. This beautiful piece was sent to me and made by someone. And then, I have McKenna and Connor's wedding album here, which is so cool. So that's neat. That chair, that goes to an antique table set of Nana's. And then over here, there's Charlie on his bed. He blends right in. I have a cute little stool with a brass duck. That was my aunt's. And then, I didn't turn them on, but these twigs here in this bucket, they light up. And on the dresser over here that matches the one in the corner, this salt glazed crock over here holds some flowers, some dried flowers from McKenna's wedding. Then I have a piece from my aunt, which I just think is so pretty, a little cookware piece. I have a blue baby scale from a nursery that we also found at a mud sale. And again, just love the color of it. I have some candles on top with some moss and some little twig balls in there. And then on the little pedestal here, I have that cute little figurine, that rose figurine, a plant, the ivy, and a picture of my mom and dad. Then this piece was also a Southern Living piece. I used to have a lot of decor parties so that I could get decor pieces, and that way, and I did this as a teenager, so I knew, one day I could help decorate my home with these things. So this was a black wrought iron piece. I think it was meant to actually be an outdoor piece. I painted it, and I just keep some cute little things up there and a picture of McKenna. And again, there's my little kiddos. And next to their sweet pictures, I have a heart hanger piece. This was the very first heart hanger piece that I did, and then I had it framed. Cute plate with a little candle that stays on for a certain amount of time and then turns off. And then just another plate from my aunt that I thought was really cute with the goats. I found this awesome huge picnic basket, beautiful robin's egg blue color, just to keep extra blankets in at a, I think it was just at an old barn somewhere for a couple bucks. And then over here with the chair, we have two of these chairs, one on either side of the bed. They were from yard sales in perfect condition. Someone was redoing their house and they had these two chairs in the foyer for just kind of decoration. They have a huge foyer in the beach area. And anyway, they wanted to redo their house, and I think they're perfect. They're beautiful. I love the fabric. Didn't have to do a thing to them. And then I have a white pedestal table here, and this is also another fun spot to sit and read, and I have some stitching books down there to read. I just have some goodies on the table, a plant, candle to light, some books, my glasses, of course, picture of the kids. And I love to dry my hydrangeas outside, so we have some beautiful blue ones right outside the window here of our bedroom, and so I dried some of the blue and then some of the white ones that we have. We have a chenille bedspread on the bottom of the bed, and then again I just like to mix the white, the cream, and that blue, green, gray kind of color that I love. And there's the other chair. Over here, I have a stitching basket on the floor, and then I have this frame here is actually a quilt frame, and it was given to me by Nana. But right now, I have some stitching on it. This is actually let me see here. It is a pattern from the Kaleidoscope book, the Lori Holt Bee in My Bonnet Kaleidoscope book. And that's what I have so far, and I'm using Aura floss to stitch. I have a large piece of fabric here because once this design is done here, I'm going to, I would like to do maybe 4 of these, so 2 by 2. I think that would be really pretty, and then just use different colors. Maybe stick with this color palette, but change up the colors as I go. So I think that would be really cool. And then I have some stitching here on the wall. This one I've always loved, the Give with Grace, Believe in Yourself, Renew the Spirit Within, Inspire Dreams of Peace, Cherish Faith, Family, and Friends. That was a class kit when Liz and I met, I think, that long ago. Marilyn taught it, and that was part of like the Stony Creek. She was part of the Stony Creek gang, so I'm not sure if that's available. I have no idea. That piece next to it was one of the first pieces that I stitched on linen and did specialty stitches that I had absolutely no idea how to do. But that was fun to try and figure it out. And I think it's really, really a cute one. I don't remember, it was hanging on the wall in this one cross stitch shop that is no longer, and I didn't know any better back then, and I just pointed to it and said, oh, I'd like to do that. And she said, oh, let me kit that up for you. When I got home and realized, oh my gosh, it's linen and there's stitches on here that I have never done. But it all worked out. Okay, let's see here. Next to this dresser, I have, I have a mirror in the middle, and then these shutter looking things here I got from a store, and then I stuck some more paint on them and then distressed them a lot with some sandpaper. These sconces here are Southern Living pieces that used to be black. I painted those, and then they're supposed to just hold candles, but I went ahead and put moss in the bottom of the glass jar and then put hydrangeas in the top. I thought that was pretty. And they are attached to the shutter. The bottom part of the shutter was just see-through. And what I did was I used some old fabric that I had from bedding that, you know, I used to have some pillows on the bed with this fabric, and I went ahead and just mounted that fabric on the back of those shutters on the bottom, and I absolutely love how they turned out. The lamps here on either side of this dresser used to just be a ugly brown. Honestly, they were really gross. And I got them at Goodwill forever ago. So I went ahead and painted those, and then kind of like rubbed off the paint on the raised areas and put a little bit of, oh, it's almost like a bronze color over top of that. And they turned out really pretty, I think. And I just got some new shades for them. I went ahead and painted the top of this little plant stand. I have a plant on there that has a piece of mercury glass there, and there's mercury glass there. Still looking for the absolute perfect piece. I want to put something right up here above the window, and I have it in my mind. I just have not seen it yet, so one day I'll come across it. On the chair here, these used to be our dining room chairs in our old house, and so I have 6 of them, and I kind of have them all over the house. And on the chair I have a stitched pillow. Oh, again, I just stitched this from a magazine, and then I found the E from another pattern that I had. I like to, a lot of times if I have an area, I'll just go ahead and stick an E in you know, something that I've stitched, and I really love how it turned out. There's so much backstitching in this piece, so many different colors of backstitching, but it really was fun to do and turned out beautiful. And then it was just sewn together as a pillow with a simple piping, and then it has the backing is silk fabric. My stepmom used to sew for she used to sew for a company nearby and would do designer treatments and everything for houses, bedding, window treatments, all those kind of things. And she has tons of gorgeous fabric remnants and pieces, so that's always fun to grab from her stash. At the bottom of the bed, I found this bench that I thought looked really pretty, and 2 boxes, wooden boxes that I can just either throw extra pillows in or magazines, you know, things like that. All right, so that is how I decorate the bedroom for spring. I really don't change it up a whole lot, but oh, I'll show you out here in the hallway again for those of you who wanted to see another hallway tour. Let's see here. I'm not going to remember everything, but I'll do my best. This piece is a Rosewood Manor. Quaker Quilts, maybe is what it's called. If you watch our floss tube, I worked on this and I absolutely loved it. And I had it almost completed for the longest time. And then I realized I had a mistake. And my mistake, I will go ahead and point it out to you, is this block is up 2 threads higher than all the others. So this block was finished before I even realized it, and I did not want to rip that entire thing out. So what I did was I just went ahead and corrected the rest of it over here. So this is the part that is wrong, but I did, oh, that's right. I found out that it was up higher when I was maybe about up here. Okay, so most of the block was finished. I did compensate somewhere in here so that the top edge does line up, but anyway, I know I'll always see it, but it's still a gorgeous piece and I love it, and I'm glad that I stuck with it and I got it framed, and I think it's beautiful. I love it. So, oh my. This is Little House Needlework's Farmhouse series, I think, and this was one of the, I don't know if this was the first or second row I did, but I love taking little patterns and making them look like one and making a scene out of it, you know, and setting things further in the distance, bringing things up close, stitching some things over 1, some things over 2. So this was a lot of fun. And there's Hank. I stitched a Hank on there. So that was really cool. Above that that's a Kathy Barrick design. Oh, I can't remember the name of him. But that I framed myself just with, Matthew made the frame, and then I just painted it a green and antiqued it, and I thought it turned out really pretty with the green that's in the stitching. Next to that, Liz and I did a round robin years ago, and these are the ladies that were in my round robin, and everybody stitched a design and then passed it back to us. Matthew made the frame, and then I mounted it and wrapped it with some twine. And let's see, oh, some more baby pictures. This piece, I also took a class, and it was when Liz and I met. I was not signed up for this class because honestly, this down here made me very nervous because I had not done anything of pooled work before, but she motivated me and told me I could do it. And so I went ahead and took the class with her. She was signed up, and that was fun. And I did complete it, and I love it. I keep it up all year because it's just too pretty to put away. I love that snow globe scene. Just all of it. It's just great. Very pretty. And this was my phase 1 that I did of my Little House Needlework Hometown Holiday series. So this one I have the French knots as the snow. I changed up some things. I stitched some things over one. I put the train tracks there for the train. This was so much fun to do. These are all separate patterns that I just turned into one. And let's see. Okay, so on this wall, let me just finish this. This area here, I am working on phase 3 now, and that's where that will hang. I just have some more family pictures, and then I have one more stitching up there. And again, I'm not gonna remember its name, but this piece here was a stitch along with our guild one year. That was fun to do. If you're wondering about all of these houses on my ledge here, I like to collect the Cat's Meow houses, and I have a row there, and let me back up, and a row over here. Some of them are from our travels, some of them were gifts given to me, some were Christmas presents, but I think those little houses are cute. So on this side of the wall, we have the Jacobean stitch here that was turned into a doorbell like wall hanging. That was so much fun to stitch. And next to that, we have the wildflower piece. This is a simple, cute little piece. The chart was given to me by my aunt. She had stitched it and passed it along to me. And I took this with me every day into the hospital when my dad was in there with cancer. And worked on that. That rug hooking was actually the only rug hook that Nana ever did. So I'm glad to have it, and it has the, I don't know if you can see it, but the J and the E, and then she stitched it in 2000. This was phase 2 of the Little House Needlework Hometown Holiday Series. Let me back up here. Okay, there's the beginning. And so these I kept all in a row, kind of like when you're in a quaint little town, you know, and everything's right there along the street. The birch tree, I just did that freehand, just kind of stuck that in. Another one there. So now I'm working on my phase 3. The large piece framed below that was what I call an Around the World sampler. That was from the Gift of Stitching magazine, and by the time I got to it, it was no longer a mystery, but if you started in the beginning, it's from all different parts of the world, and it was a mystery as you stitched along. This is what makes me love doing my montage, because I just had so much fun keeping this on a floor frame and working on it for a long, long time. It was tons of fun to do, and many different stitches and just different techniques, and anyway, I love it. Next to that, I can't remember the name of this stitch, but it is a Shakespeare Peddler stitch, so Teresa Vanette. And I just stuck that in a frame with some twine around it. And then the last piece to show you here is the Reflex de Soie, or however you say that, sampler, the Gilles Leger, and if you've watched our floss tubes, you know that I antiqued it with coffee, and I tried to make it look as much like the picture on the front of the pattern as I could. That's why I didn't stitch certain areas that were not shown on the front of the picture. They are charted. You can stitch it in its full, but I decided to just leave it with all of its wear and tear. I wanted it to look old from the beginning. Alrighty. You will be seeing Liz and I soon, I'm sure. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tour, and thank you so much for joining me. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye.